Very, very interesting article here on Screen Rant. 90-Day Fiancé, I've changed my mind. I don't think Michael should remain in the United States. He needs to return to Nigeria immediately. This is a article that was written 4 days ago, as you can see. So let's get into exactly what has been said, because damn, I was a part of me was shocked, but then a part of me wasn't shocked to see this article, purely because I know that someone else on Screen Rant once upon a time wrote an article defending Angela over Michael. So therefore, I wasn't totally surprised per se, but I definitely didn't see it coming. Now, with that being said, it does say that I can give Michael from 90 Day Fiancé more reason to return to Nigeria than to stay in the United States. I was excited when Michael finally got his spousal visa after years of waiting. It had been Michael's a lifelong dream to come to the US, and made a promise he'd change despite his past of infidelity. However, I was surprised when Michael left Angela just 2 months after he moved to America. It's like he didn't even try and work on their relationship, which has been documented on reality TV for 7 years. Okay, so we proceed. Continues here by saying, I was sure that Michael and Angela would live together for several happy years in Georgia, even though in the back of my head, I knew he was going to dump her for a younger woman. Angela had undergone 5 surgeries worth thousands of dollars before Michael moved to US to keep him from straying. I should have known Michael couldn't be trusted. I hold Angela accountable for mistreating Michael, but I'll never be able to trust Michael because of how quickly he gave up. Before I continue to the rest of this article in particular, I just want to go over this little paragraph itself, because there's some things that I want to point out. Now, of course, it does say at the very beginning, I was sure that Michael and Angela would live together for several happy years. That line blows my mind. I don't know. Listen, if anybody genuinely thought this, then you know what? Good for you, because God diddly damn. Even if they had lived together for several years, it wouldn't have been happy years. For me personally, I would have said that give it a year maximum, and then the relationship would have been dead. You see what I'm saying? But Michael only gave it 2 months, which was crazy. And to be fair, giving it 2 months just told us the obvious, that he was only in the relationship for the green card and nothing else but that. You know what I mean? But of course, there'll be some people that may say, yeah, but did you see how his relationship was when he came to America? How obviously Angela had him doing these things with the grandkids and, all that kind of stuff. But listen, what did you expect? He knew the life that he was going to live. He knew the person he was marrying, and he knew the family that he was going to walk into. So to be honest with you, that shouldn't have come as a surprise to himself or anybody. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, also this part here where it says Angela had undergone 5 surgeries worth thousands of dollars before Michael moved to the US to keep him from straying. I mean, listen, Michael made it abundantly clear multiple times that he did not want Angela to have surgery. When she first mentioned surgery, he said categorically, no, I do not want you to have surgery. So to be honest with you, whether she had surgery or not, it wouldn't have made a difference whether Michael was going to stay or whether he was going to leave, because his intentions would have always stayed the same regardless of whatever type of attempted glow up Angela would have gone for. Yeah, attempted glow up, because let's be real, we can't say that her glow up was exactly, it wasn't exactly successful. I don't know who's had more botched surgeries or glow ups in 90-day history, whether that be an Angela Dean, Darcy and Stacey, Shekinah, Larissa. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some other people as well that I can't think of, you know what I'm saying? Well, the only difference is their glow ups have actually still allowed them to keep their men, so, good on them. Now, with that being said, though, it says here, Michael cheated on Angela while waiting for his visa. Michael had a secret 30-something woman as a backup in America. Backup. Can you imagine? Absolutely, can you imagine? Now, with that being said, let's continue. It says here that Michael's biggest cheating scandal came to light during Happily Ever After Season 7. Angela had insisted Michael delete his Instagram to prevent women from messaging him, but he went ahead and created a new account anyway. His justification for this was he could earn some extra money by working as an influencer in Nigeria. Angela, however, was suspicious, believing he used the account to talk to other women. To make matters worse, Michael asked Angela for $5,000, claiming he would delete his IG account for exchange for the money. So let's just go through this paragraph itself in particular before we continue. So Angela had insisted Michael delete his Instagram to prevent women from messaging. To be honest with you, the fact that she wanted to stay with somebody who had been cheating, and so much to the point that she wanted him to delete Instagram, that tells me all I need to know. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, everything that happened after that, you can then say, well, it's Angela's. It was the inevitable. I mean, we all know that the end of their relationship was the inevitable. But listen, if anybody's in a position where you have to ask your partner to delete a social media account, or delete a number, or just delete anything in general, just so they are no longer cheating on you, come on now. You realize that's your trust gone, and that trust will never be built again. And even if it was built again, it wouldn't be built again in a healthy way. Just let that sink in. You see what I'm saying? But also on top of that, it says that he went ahead and created a new account anyway. His justification for this is to earn extra money by working as influence in Nigeria. Now, of course, we do know that Michael has been talking to other women, most certainly when he was in his relationship with Angela, and even straight after that too. So to be honest with you, it's clear that the man has an addiction to speaking to multiple women. The only difference is now he's doing it as a single man. I mean, he's still married, but you know, he's separated. So it's all good in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Unless of course he's doing women wrong, then that's a different conversation, isn't it now? But also on top of that, the fact that Michael asked Angela for 5k, claiming he would delete Instagram in exchange for the money, is crazy. Like, yo, I'm not being funny. If you're with someone and you ask them to delete something, and then they say to you, well, give me 5k and then I'll do it, like, come on. Like, the inevitable. Now listen, to be fair, right now at this moment in time, I can't say that I've read anything that has convinced me about the title, about reasons why Michael should not be in the United States. None of these things convince me, because these things at this moment in time of literally being tick for tack of how Michael has behaved, but then also how Angela has accepted it, and in some way even enabled it. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyway, after the incident, the couple decided to reconcile, and Michael promised to remove the Instagram profile. Now we continue here. It says, although Angela claimed to be content with Michael after returning from Nigeria, a friend later alerted her to his infidelity. The friend sent Angela screenshots of messages showing Michael conversating with a 31-year-old American woman he'd met on Instagram. They had been communicating for 2 months, and Angela even received a voice note in which Michael affectionately called the woman baby and told her, "I love you." Michael had been talking to this woman both while Angela was in Nigeria and after she returned to the US. Again, Angela was given flat out evidence, you know, against Michael, and what did she do? She decided to stay with him and decided to still help him, and still decided to bring him to the United States. You know what I mean? To be fair, right now, all I'm reading is reasons of how Angela being messed up by, you know, marrying Michael and obviously going through the process of getting the K1 visa, not necessarily reasons of why Michael should no longer be in the USA, purely because so far Michael has done things that clearly say that he did not deserve to be brought to the USA. He has done things that clearly says that he did not deserve to, you know, be in that relationship anymore with Angela. That's what he's proven. He's proven to not deserve to be in the United States. But Angela's also then proven that, well, she's an idiot who decided to still bring him anyway. You know what I mean? Now it says here, Michael dumped Angela as soon as he came to America. Michael proved he was a user. So let's get into that. It says here, Michael claimed that he remained in the relationship despite Angela's frequent and intense outbursts, some of which became physical, because he believed the strain came from their long distance situation. He thought that if they were together, the tension would ease. Michael's visa to live in the US was approved after 4 years. He stepped on American soil in December 2023. Michael and Angela spent the next 2 months traveling to places like New York, Florida, and filmed the tell-all for Happily Ever After Season 8. You know what, let me just continue at this point. Now it also continues it by saying it's not known if Michael had already planned to take off in February 2024 or if he had hatched the plan while he filmed the tell-all, but Michael fled from Angela's house within a few days after they returned to Georgia from New York. Michael's plan was to elaborate his activity wasn't caught on Angela's home security cameras. He left while she was running errands and stayed hidden until Angela reported the matter to the police and reached out to fans on social media. Michael assured the police that he hadn't been missing, but left out of fear. You know what's crazy though? Imagine being with someone for like 7 years, and they would fly to your country, your homeland, and they would put their hands on your car, on your house, vandalize the items that they say that they bought you, and then also on top of it, scream and shout at you, and then also, be in positions where they would get physical towards you. Imagine, right? This person has done this to you multiple times. Well, has done this over various different occasions in your homeland, but never once you rang the police in your country and said, I fear for my life. Because damn, I had a cough there. Anyway, because you see, if Michael had done that in Nigeria, what would have happened? Well, at least I would like to think could have happened. Angela would have then been prevented from ever coming back to Nigeria again. And then, you know what that would have meant? Then that would have meant that his relationship with Angela would have been over, and then therefore Michael would have not been able to return would have never been able to actually come to America, because he needed Angela for that. So it is quite fun, isn't it? How he was more than happy to, say that he feared for his life, but he didn't want to say that when he was in Nigeria. But don't get me wrong though, the only difference is that it was Angela that rang the police in America, and not, of course, not him. Obviously, if it was a case where he rang the police in America, then of course I'd be sitting saying, well, why didn't you do it when you was in Nigeria? But either way though, to say that you fear for your life now you're in America with Angela, but you never said that you feared for your life when Angela was in Nigeria, is diabolical behavior. Nonetheless though, Michael used fans to make quick money. Okay, Michael used the money for more than his legal fees. Right, now let's get into this. I mean, do you know what though? God got me. Religious people. Many cannot be trusted when they use the Lord's name for their antics. It's hilarious, diabolical, but nonetheless though. So it says here, Michael claimed he had been treated poorly by Angela in America and made to feel like an unwanted guest. His statements helped him get the much required sympathy from fans, even though his actions suggested he had stayed with her only as long as he could to get his to get his green card. A tail episode aired where Angela's private investigator claimed Michael's name cleared Michael's name by claiming he couldn't find anything shady about Michael on the social media. Michael used the opportunity to launch a GoFundMe. Michael used this opportunity to launch a fundraiser on GoFundMe, asking for 50k. I know he originally asked 50k and then he changed it to 25k, but then he closed it once he got over 50k. So yeah, do what you want with that information. I could really use your help right now. Continues by saying that was a large amount. That amount was large, and Michael was called out. However, he quickly adjusted it to 25k, but made over 52k thanks to his naive fans. Whew, naive. Angela and her friends, such as, we're not saying that name. Anyway, Lauren accused Michael of using the money to buy a fancy car. Michael has also been living in a posh Texas apartment, has seen in his TikTok videos. There has been no news about Michael having a job. It appears he's living off fans' money, and I'm sure he might start another fundraiser once the funds run down. I mean, listen. I mean, obviously, I feel like the money that he got, definitely a part of it he has used for his own personal, advantage. But another part of the money definitely would have been a part of the legal fees, because from what I understand, the court case is still ongoing right now with this whole divorce / annulment. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I completely get the fact that, he's definitely living off of a portion of that money. You know what I mean? And who knows? Maybe this person's on something. Maybe he will create another GoFundMe later on if he feels the need to do it to do so. But I would say where it says that there's no news about him having a job, I do believe to Michael, TikTok is his job in his eyes. Social media is his job, because he goes on TikTok, he makes those videos, and and he makes little videos, and he also goes live where he gets paid, X amount of money. And rumor has it he's also got a YouTube page as well. So, I think obviously social media is obviously his line of work at this moment in time for a source of income. Whether or not you want to call that a job or not, that is entirely up to you folks. But I know obviously what this person meant. They're saying that he hasn't got like a job, but let's not discredit us influencers. I'm not an influencer. But anyway, Michael is scared of getting into legal trouble. Continues here. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this now. This person literally had time to think about this. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, 90-day fiance star Angela has filed for an annulment to prove their marriage is fake. Angela is yet to prove her claims in court. However, Michael is visibly afraid his grand plan might flop if he does do something illegal. In a recent YouTube video, Michael shared he received the green card last year, which allows him to work and pursue any opportunity and his desire. He reassured his supporters that with the green card, he'd be fine as long as he stayed clear of crime or anything. I mean, to be fair, that's just a common sense, isn't it? That's just a normal thing. Okay, my bad. So that is the end of the article itself in particular. For those more, my apologies. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, you know, when you go to another country, of course, as long as you don't get arrested or get yourself in trouble, you know, you are pretty much welcome to stay in that country without losing the visa that you have. But of course, anyone who has a visa in another country is always at risk of losing it. That's why people obviously have to make sure that they behave in the right way possible. But nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts on this article itself in particular. For me personally, I can't say that I read anything necessarily that says to me he needs to return to Nigeria immediately. I don't feel like there was anything sustainable per se, because everything that was said in this article has an argument for both sides. You know, there's an argument of why Michael, I guess, you know, why Michael obviously, you know, played the long game and pretty much played Angela. But at the same time, it also exposes the fact that Angela allowed herself to get played. She allowed herself to enable Michael's behavior, do you know what I mean? And decided to ignore all red flags. I mean, listen, there was a lot of red flags there. There was, no, forget that. There was a lot of deal breakers that Angela did not, you know, that Angela did not, what's what we're looking for here? There was a lot of red flags. There was a lot of deal breakers that Angela ignored. That's the word. I think so. Nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts down below. I mean, personally, if I was to write this, I would definitely write this in a whole different way, where I'd literally flat out tell you why he should not be in America. But yeah, this is not based on my opinion. This is based on this opinion. And now I want to know your opinion. Thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.